I'm about to make a low-carb inspired ice cream sandwich. I love my sweets, I love my snacks, and I like to have them when I want. And I really like making my own because I know what's inside of it. So it's going to be a combination of homemade and, so I would say, semi-homemade ice cream sandwich. Stay tuned. The cookie cake part of the ice cream sandwich, we're using flax meal, and I got this Simple Truth from Kroger. We're using natural peanut butter, and I also got this from Kroger. We're using some stevia. It's just a off-brand stevia. And we're going to garnish and maybe put a little bit of walnuts and some unsweetened cocoa. You know, I love those, that combination. And also some cinnamon. For the ice cream filling part, you can make your own ice cream, but I wanted it to be simple this time. So I'm using the No Sugar Added by Bryers. And this is only 80 calories. Let me tell you, they have different flavors. They have, this is the kind we're going to use today, which is the vanilla. But they also have the Bryers Neapolitan for 80 calories. This is good also, but we're going to use the vanilla for this. Of course, I believe I told you before that with the flaxseed, when you mix water with it, it can be used as an egg substitute. So, that being said, flaxseed with water is like a paste. So it helps things bind together. Just like it would if you put eggs in a recipe. So we're going to put some water, and I'm just making a serving for one. Put some water in your flaxseed so it can become pasty. Okay. And then what we're going to do is mix the peanut butter, and I just got 1 tablespoon of peanut butter here. And we're mixing the peanut butter with the flaxseed. This is going to be your cookie, or the part of your sandwich that covers your ice cream. Then I mix in the stevia with the cinnamon, and see how it's becoming doughy? And that's exactly what we want. Before we add any more fluid, we're going to have it, just make sure we mix it in as much as possible. So I'm just going to add a little bit more water, just a little bit. We're going to put this in the oven. Make sure you preheat your oven at 350 degrees. Now, when you're using flaxseed without any kind of flour, it takes a little longer in the oven. So, the process, we're going to put it in the oven for about 10 minutes. Then we're going to take it out of the oven and put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to an hour to allow it to harden a little bit. Now you see how that turned out? That's exactly what we want. Okay. Now what we're going to do is put some of our walnuts, and here I have 1/3 of a serving of walnuts, or 10 grams, and we're just going to kind of chop those up a little bit more and continue to stir. And the rest of them are going to be used on top of the Now at this point, depending on what type of sandwich you want, you can put some cocoa powder in it. And what I did was spray my parchment paper. I'm going to go ahead and slide that dough on there. This is the low carb ice cream sandwich. And we're using no sugar added ice cream. And it's just a small one. So depending on how large you want your ice cream sandwich will determine how much flaxseed you use and how much peanut butter and all of the other things. I just want a small one. I'm going to get this as whatever shape you want. Flaxseed is a little gummy because it is a binder. So it's not like using other flours where it just kind of pours on there. So that's turning out pretty decent. So we have the rest of our walnuts. And we're going to use them more like a garnish. But it's still going to bake into the flax cookie. And of course, you know I love my coconut. I just love the way coconut tastes. I'm just using about 1 gram of coconut. And so this is how it turned out. We're going to put this in the oven at 350 degrees for about, I would say, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. And then if it's still real soft, usually flaxseed is a little soft when you take it out the oven still, we're going to put it in the fridge and let it cool down. And once it cools down, then it's going to harden a little bit like we want it. Alright, so we did go ahead and take this out the oven and put it in the refrigerator. And this is how it turned out. Very, very good. You can even eat this as a cookie. Still a little bit soft. We don't want it to be too hard, even though we're going to put it in the freezer anyway. For about 3 hours. That's how, you know, you have to make sure you freeze your ice cream sandwich. And so we're going to flip this over on the side that we want to be on the inside of the cookie or the ice cream sandwich. And I did get 1/4 of a cup. This is a white, bold, and light, bright light. Now you can see it. And what we're going to do is kind of be careful with the cookie. And we're going to spread that cookie. Now, if you want to use a full serving, which is one half of a cup or 60 grams of this, you can. I just went for the 1/4 of a cup, depending on how stacked you want it. You can be very creative with this. You can use whatever ice cream you want. And then we're going to put this back on here. So this is how it turned out. See how good that looks? So what you're going to do is go ahead and put this in the freezer for about I say at least 2 to 3 hours, so it can really, really harden. So what I'm going to do is put this in the freezer for as long as it takes to harden the way I like it, and then I'm going to come back for a taste test. You heard me? It turned out yummy. And now I'm going to take a bite. Oh my goodness. This ice cream sandwich tastes so good. Nutty, with the flaxseed, the peanut butter, and the walnuts. All those combinations with that vanilla ice cream. Oh my goodness. This is so good. I could have left it in the freezer a little longer, but this is delicious. You can make this stuff at home. You can be even more creative than this, but this didn't cost as much as a box of ice cream bars. And it's low carb. So I'm going to put all of in the description box the macros for it. And enjoy. Try it and enjoy.